Hello YouTube and welcome back to Fire Gaming Project. So in this short video, I'll be doing a quick Fischl review because it's been a while since she was rerunning on any banners as a 4-star rate up, and she is currently on the Yaimiko banner. And of course, because of ELECTRO and all that stuff. So I figured it's a good time to just quickly get this done and, because who knows when she'll be back again, right? So let's get to it, shall we? Okay. Alrighty, so before we begin though, make sure you guys are subscribed and that you guys hit the like button and the thumbs up for this video and other videos, because that would really help my channel, my small channel, to grow. Thank you guys so much, and feel free to leave your comments and questions in the comments below. So let's get to it. Okay, so as you can see, I'm using her as a support. Now, just so we're clear, she can be used as a sub DPS or a DPS character as well. That's more for, I guess, early game players, because now in the late game, or even newer players now, they can technically have access to Yaimiko, and Raiden Shogun will be rerunning later in this patch as well. So there are definitely other ELECTRO characters that are good, and other characters that already are out are Kujo Sara as well, of course Razor, Lisa, which we get for free, right? So, and Beto. So those are pretty good options as well. And of course Kacheng is a decent 5-star ELECTRO queen, but she has been technically outclassed. I already did a video about her way back, and that hasn't changed because I haven't used her since. I did a video for Kaching way back when I first entered Inazuma. But anyway, this video is about Fischl. So she's still pretty good, and here let's get started. So I just set her up so that she at least has the bare minimum, like just over 50% of crit rate, her crit damage 121, because I would use her as support, but I would still like her damage to be there, right? Energy recharge, she herself is a pretty good battery for herself and for other characters, but definitely if you can get this higher, it's always good for any character, really. Electro damage bonus is always a plus, because she's Electro. I've given her the Black Cliff, and I've done a video, and it's actually quite interestingly, it has recently come back into like popularity slightly, and now we're not saying like it's getting like thousands of views, but like it's getting a few views every day, and the Black Cliff series of weapons is still a very solid series. To check out those videos if you're interested. But yeah, I put this on her because I don't use her right now, and it's a good placeholder. Other options, if you use her for damage base, then yes, this has crit damage on it, obviously, right? Now, obviously, if you love using her and you want to kit her out, you can consider giving her the 5-star bow options. I'm not going to go into detail here, but I'm going to just say it in kind of a overall kind of way. Just so we're clear, this Amber is just holding this as a placeholder. I don't use her. Yeah, like she could do well with any of the 5-star bows. Now, each of them, I just want to say this in a very summative way, each of them has their quirks, and depending on how you would deal with it. For example, Amos is more for charge attacks, and people would not use Fischl that way, but as a stat stick, sure. Polar Star is really just designed for Tartaglia child only, really, let's be honest. You could probably make it work with the passive for like the skill and the burst, and you would have to throw in some normal attacks or charge attacks and etc. to get other stacks as well. So it's not really suitable for her. And Thundering Pulse, this was good basically for Yoimiya and for child only, really. Again, similarly, this requires you to do normal attacks, and it's not so good for her. Now, other 5-star options that I don't currently have are, which would be a more universal 5-star weapon, Skyward Series. So that would be good for her too, if you want to kit her out. Now, and I do want to say, she has her own bow, the Mitterschnitt Night or something, or whatever it's called, whatever. It's not good. Sakapoko did a very in-depth video about that way back when, and he wasted his resources on it, he said, basically, at the end of the video. I'll just save you the trouble of watching that video, but basically, he did all these tests with it, and he said it was a garbage bow. It's not worth going for, even though it's limited series, but it looks good on her, aesthetically, that one. So I didn't go for it either, I don't have it. It's fine. So other options, for those of you who have been around longer, if you were here since 1.4, you would have gone the Windbloom Ode. This Elemental Mastery substat weapon is still good for her. This is like technically a cheaper version or a free event version of the Stringless, so both of them are good. If you want to do her elemental reaction damage, increase that, and focus her on that aspect of her supporting DPS role or support role, then that's totally fine. So you can definitely work her that way. Other ones, the Rust is not suitable because it's normal attack and you wouldn't use her for that. I'll be honest, I only use her for Oz, throw him out and switch her out, or use her her Q to turn her into Oz and then reposition Oz. So really her Q is just to create another Oz. Like you don't get two on the field, but it just gives her another, let's say another charge of it. Sacrificial Bow is not required, and same with Favonius because she doesn't need the extra energy. And then the Hamayumi, again, it's for normal and charged attack. It's not going to be suitable for her. So really, she doesn't have the many options. Compound Bow could work because you could make a case for her to turn her kind of physical and electro damage, right? But again, it's a normal and charged attack again. So I don't really think that it's that suitable. Alley Hunter, this one is okay, I think, because this is meant for characters that are not going to be on the field. So, for example, when she's not on the field and she leaves her Oz on or temporary, then she'll get the bonus. So this could be good if you have high refines on this. Now, this is a I would say this is, or actually no, this is a limited series weapon. I have one here. I'll be honest with you guys. Previous to being a YouTuber, I actually had one, another one from when that first reran, and I actually foddered it because I didn't think that any character needed this, and I don't regret that decision. I just want to make that clear here, because I needed the resource for the experience, and also to this day, I don't think this Alley Hunter is still like the best weapon for anyone really. So I don't think it's that great. So the good thing is that we learned the pattern with limited weapons. So far, the only good ones are maybe the Liyue lithic weapons, if you can get them in high refines, and if you are willing to use more Liyue characters, and also the Inazuma series of weapons, like the Akuamaru, Claymore, the Moon Bow, and the Wave Rider's Fin polearm. But anyway, that aside, so let's get back to it. So she is not, she is good for the stringless as well. But anyway, I've kitted her out with that. Okay. Artifact-wise, you can totally do, Thundering Fury. You can do a 2-piece, possibly even a 4-piece set if you're really interested in that. Again, because 4-piece set is for kitting her out for damage, reaction damage. The other option that people like is if I have one. I don't even know if I have one anymore. I might have gotten rid of them because I don't really have them. What is that called? The other one is called the Thunder Soother. I'm trying to find one so I can put it on the screen. Oh, here. Thunder Soother, yeah. So the 2-piece set is, unfortunately though, if you go for this set, you have to use the 4-piece set because the 2-piece set is useless. It's just kind of a wasted bonus opportunity, so that's why I don't like this set either. But the 4-piece set will give her 35% extra damage. So anyway, without further ado, let's just go back here. So it resets back here. So I'll just show you what I put on her. And I put Gladiator just as a universal for her. I could see you guys also considering to do the Wanderer set, because 2-piece bonus could give her Elemental Mastery plus 80, and that equals approximately 12% damage bonus. You could also, if you use her heavily, depending on if you want to use her charge attack or not, you could do the 4-piece set, but I wouldn't recommend it. And then I gave her, the other option, of course, Shimenawa is 18% as well, and that's fine too. So yeah, I gave her 2-piece Gladiator and 2-piece Thundering, and then the Shimenawa was just for the main stat. Now, let's go over her constellations really quickly. So C1 is good. Even when Oz is not present in combat, he can still watch over her and performs a normal attack against an opponent. He'll fire a joint attack, so it gives extra damage. C2, when Knight Rider is used, it deals an additional 200% damage. C3 is plus 3 levels, right? C4, so this is the Midnight Phantasmagoria. So when this is used, then it's just a damage bonus to surrounding enemies. And then this is plus 3 levels. Just so we're clear, this Knight Rider I think is I just want to know the names. Knight Rider is the E, and the Midnight Phantasm is the Q. And then lastly, C6, when extends the duration of Oz's presence. So technically, it's just all damage. So basically, her constellations are all really good. Let's just put it that way, and to sum it up. Because her normal and charge attack will not be used that often, you can probably skip leveling this up. I just left it at 6, but you could skip it, or you can leave it at 1 if anything. Definitely, just focus on this one, the E and the Q, the burst and the elemental skill, because this is where the majority of her damage is, and at least that's the majority of how people use her. Okay, and this has a small AoE, of course, and it can help you with proccing extra, reactionary damage. And again, this one is just to summon it again, but turning her into one temporarily, and then it kind of repositions that. It just basically, while this is in cooldown, because the cooldown is quite long, it's 25 seconds, then if you have this up, then you can technically summon this, and then it will cause Oz to come back out, basically. And then lastly, her other things, when Fischl hits Oz with a fully charged aimed shot, it'll bring down a Thundering Retribution, which is 152%. Normally, no one would do this. You could, basically, you're just gonna shoot Oz and destroy him and explode him, right? I wouldn't do this. I don't care enough to, so this is for people that really care. This last one, if your current active character triggers an electro-related elemental reaction, when Oz is on the field, then it will be stricken with the extra Thunderbolt, basically, striking down, so 80% of her attack. So that's pretty good. So you do want to level up her attack more. That's why I did do the Gladiator set, and then this one is just to give you the 25% expedition. This is very useful. Okay, so let's get to it. In terms of party, she herself is a battery, so she's good with other energy-hungry characters, and definitely she would do well with other Electro characters already, right? Especially the Inazuma ones, because they're very energy-hungry. And she would do well with, obviously, any of the other elements. Pyro specifically. She would do good in possibly a Taser comp with Hydro, right? And maybe even with Cryo, So a lot of options. Definitely Geo is useless in this case. And then Animo could be okay. So yeah. Anyway, without further ado, let's just get to it, shall we? I'm just going to quickly showcase just using her as a support. So really, and I'm going to pair her with technically Yanfei. So here we got that, and then yeah. So we're doing the overloaded. Obviously the damage is not going to be high here, obviously, because I didn't fully level her, but I'm breaking the shield here, and then we can just focus more on that later. Okay. And then see her thing is really high, so I'm gonna bring this out and see if I can bring up the energy a little bit higher. See, her cooldown is really high. It's really long. Yeah, and then this just allows her to reposition it again, right? And you can always call it by calling it back as well. Yeah. But basically, she's more of a support, as you can see, so that you can create the reactionary damage that you need. Oops. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. But anyway, yeah, so basically, the long story short, it's very good, but basically you're just doing it for Oz. And I'll be honest with you, with Raiden Shogun and Yaimiko and other Electro characters, Fischl has still some usage in this game, but no longer is she kind of like a must-have character, I will be honest with you, but it's a nice to have for sure. Anyway, I'll leave it there. She is still an excellent Electro support character. For those of you who, want to get her or kit out her constellations, she has really good constellations. Essentially, in summary, all of them increase her damage in one way or another. All right, I'm going to leave this there. The video has gotten a little bit long now because I spent a little bit too much time talking about each individual piece for her, but yeah, she's actually pretty easy to build, and she's actually very easy to use. So hope you guys enjoyed this, and please stay tuned. In the next video, I will be doing a Yaimiko review. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you